about the trust deficit that we're operating in as an industry and as an organization. AI is doing some wonderful things, but across the organization you have senior leaders that say, I don't trust it, it failed last time, XYZ didn't work. And so understanding that there's a trust deficit that exists across the organization and being able to work through that. I don't know if Brett's here somewhere in the audience as well, Brett McFarland, but Brett talks a lot around organizational psychology and how to help organizations create the space to begin to build that trust. And I think another thing that we need to do is understand that, and we've had this conversation backstage, but in the media. So the media, if you're here today, you know, there's a lot of stories out there today around some of the challenges and some of the things that don't work, or some of the potential issues that could arise. Like, how many people have heard on the news about variational AI on last night on the National at 10 o'clock, or heard about your successes or Ito's or yours, right? So I think that in order to overcome that trust deficit and overcome the issues that we've experienced historically, we have to share the successes, not just amongst ourselves on LinkedIn and not just talking to ourselves here in the echo chamber, but how do we collectively do the anti-Canadian thing of getting on the news and bragging about it? And how do we get XYZ big brand and XYZ consulting company and XYZ startup coming together and getting on the news and telling that story? And I think that that helps other executives, that helps the citizenry, that helps our clients, that helps our customers understand and help to mitigate that trust deficit and help to understand how, not that it's no longer then why we're going to adopt this, because we can stop talking about AI. We can start to move forward together to increase the productivity of the nation, to increase our adoption, to increase our global effectiveness, so that we can modify our supply chains and compete globally differently.
And like that too,